All right, good people, it's A and B coming back with another quick commentation. And this one is, I guess, a follow up from one of my earlier videos, with the topic being Rashad, Jamal, and Isis wisdom. And this is just a follow up because I have learned that Rashad Jamal has been arrested. First of all, I want to say that, of course, I do not endorse, like, or want anyone to actually be a part of the prison system. Never have I said that. So it's very unfortunate to hear, right? I'll also be talking about NatureBoy, which is also another person of what we consider the Black conscious community. These people have a very large following. A lot of people tune in to their stations to hear knowledge on the basis of who we are as a culture, and number two, where we are as just I don't want to say as a species, but as a people in a whole, and the truth about society, and the truth about new world order and what's really going on, what's real versus fake. So let's hop into this article that talks about why Rashad Jamal was arrested. It was also someone who was arrested with him. Well, not with him, but on the same day. But I don't even know who that is. Anyway, it says, was Rashad Jamal White arrested? Content creator Rashad Jamal White was arrested on May 3rd, 2022. It was a result of the events that happened the past year. According to Rashad's wife, he got his son Zaza from his baby mama in May. However, she accused him of kidnapping her child, which had him return the child. Then in August, she further alleged that Rashad asked her 11-year-old daughter to touch his private parts. After that, the marshals visited their house and broke down the door but didn't find them. Okay. Following that, he hired lawyers, and he had appeared before the court since October. The last date was on 27 January 2022 when he and the officials had a miscommunication. He and his family reportedly didn't know whether he had a new court date or where to turn himself in. And on May 3rd, the police confronted Rashad and his family while driving their way to his eye appointment. They arrested him for child molestation and cruelty to children in the first-degree charges. He is currently in the Barrow County Detention Center. On Friday, May 6th, he had his first appearance before Judge Carrie M. Mingledorf, but was denied a bond. Okay. Now, I'm reading that in full for the first time, and it just sounds convoluted and crazy. So I'm making this video because I've made videos in the past, and it got a lot of views. It got a lot of, I want to say, differences in opinions, which I don't mind. I didn't create this platform for it to just be one-sided, right? I feel like in order to have a good conversation, you have different perspectives and opinions anyway, right? And that's the very reason that I made those videos to begin with, because in essence, if you do follow those pages such as your Isis Wisdoms, Rashad Jamal's, Three Guys, NatureBoy, whatever he wants to call himself, you realize that if you have a difference in opinion, if you don't agree, if you don't laugh with everything that they do, move the way they move, then you are shunned. If you leave a comment that's less than brainwashed, than they like, then you are shunned, you're blocked. They may talk about you on their next live. I mean, it goes on and on, right? So I don't mind the differences in opinions. Like I said, the reason that I'm sharing this is because I've made videos in the past exposing these people for their false prophecy, just encouraging people to think for themselves, right? To do the self-work first before integrating ideas with other people, because that's exactly what it should be. As a community, we should be sharing ideas and evolving together instead of pushing one's ideas on people, calling it your own, calling yourself God, and expecting people to be of servitude to you. There should be a partnership. It should not be a dictatorship, right? So I don't know what happened. I was not there on those dates, but all I'm saying is that you reap what you sow. There are a lot of people who just completely disagree with like this whole, Rashad Jamal thing. It's BS, and it's the system. They want to bring them down. It's the white man, this and that. It's always the same exact story, but I just want people to start taking accountability. I'm not saying that what happened is exactly true. It doesn't sound like it makes a lot of sense, right? And if it doesn't make sense, it don't make dollars. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense, right? So something just sounds off. I don't know who's lying, right? This is three guy, right? So all I'm saying is that whether that happened or not, at some point there's a combination of things that led to that event. Anytime that I have been put into, less than happy situations, I've been booked before. I've gone to jail before, not for a long time. It was like a 1 day thing or whatever. But nonetheless, maybe I should not have gotten in trouble for the things that I did, but nonetheless, I probably was doing a little bit too much. I'm gonna be honest with you. Even if it's, I missed a ticket, right? Let's just say hypothetically. And like those things can turn into like your license being suspended. And let's say if you don't pay your car insurance or whatever, like you can go to jail for even things like that. Of course it's wrong. You shouldn't be going to jail for that. But at the same time, we know the game that we playing, especially these people who's talking all this knowledge and stuff. The game that we're playing. So is it just completely unlikely that something like that will happen? No, right? It's just quite ironic to me how all of these people are in jail at the same time. The same people who were pushing this message and said themselves to be super positive, right? And I'm not saying that ISIS is in prison. No, I'm not saying that. I'm more so just saying that I've even seen a difference within her, right? Like, I don't see her posting as much. She doesn't have an Instagram. She's super censored, and her following has decreased, right? And all of this is happening for a reason. The same exact time that they were talking about the world is changing, 5D Earth, this and that, downloads, and all of this crap is the same exact time that they have fallen as well. And we all have our rise and our fall. Yes, we do. But false prophecy is a very lethal thing. You're playing with real weapons, right? You're playing with real weapons. So stay vigilant. I wonder, like, for those people who have been following and tuning in every single time these people go live or whatever, how are you doing today to not have that access to these downloads, right? To this community, this tribe of people who come together, who have came together, for the past years, kind of like feeding off of every single word and every single movement that these people have. Because remember, without you, there is no them. Right? And I'm not saying that everybody is a leader, but we shouldn't have that many followers. Social media has made it so much easy because they turn it into something cool to follow someone else. But at the same time, you have your own mind. And a lot of the knowledge that they're spitting to us is regurgitated. So it's not a sin to pick up a book and read for yourself. They've even taken reading out of schools. And as an educator myself, there are no more textbooks. And it's Google. It's Google Classroom. There's Google Meet, you feel me? There's little worksheets that they may print out, and that's across the board. Elementary, high school, middle school, college is probably the only difference, but even that's probably changing, right? So people are allergic to books and reading for themselves and creating their own interpretation, and then going to that next step, which is sharing it with other people and developing ideas. And as you grow, right, just like if you live, then right? That there's just some things that you just don't share. Some things are for self, right? Some things are for self. And also the fact that you do reap what you sow. I don't mean anything negative by that. I'm simply stating the truth. It's no different than you going to work and getting paid for the time that you're there. Maybe it's not the right amount that you should be paid. Of course, we can all agree on that. We all want to be millionaires, but whatever, most of us. But there is a trade. Just like if you plant seeds, they will grow. Right? So accountability is very huge. I'm not saying let's not be empathetic or sympathetic for people in their situations, because the prison system is horrible. I do pray for those people. But I also pray for lessons to be learned so that this does not have to happen again. I'm not saying that people cannot be leaders amongst the people, but there should still be a freedom to be oneself, free will. We live in a place of free will where you can do anything you should be able to. And at the very least, if we're already being controlled by the government, it's really a shame that we are being controlled by our peers and not even realizing it, right? So anyway, I just wanted to share that bit. Just really wanted to come on, I guess, and read that. Like, and another thing, like I said, I've been arrested before. And this part right here, he and his family reportedly didn't know whether he had a new court date or where to turn himself in. Yeah, that, it don't matter where you turn yourself in. I mean, of course it matters where you turn yourself in, but if you live in an area, there is a precinct that's in your area, right? They're always going to serve you your papers, regardless of where you were arrested. They're going to serve you in your area. So you go to the nearest one. That's just it. You know where to turn yourself in. So yeah, like I said, I still send prayers out to people who wouldn't even do the same for me. Right? People I don't know. They don't know me, I don't know them, but I still send high vibrations to them because, like I said, the prison system is no game. But at the same time, I hope these people learn their lessons. This is NatureBoy. If you don't know about his situation, he also was arrested for similar charges. I want to say similar charges, and he has a lot of his discrepancies right there online. You can just go check it out, right? With Rashad, Jamal, you gotta kind of read between the lines, and the same thing with Isis Wisdom. It's more so the manipulation of the mind. But anyway, everybody have a good day, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace out.